I'm late, but a very important date. I'm late for a very important date. It's the Carabao Cup semi-finals, first legs, just around the corner, and I've got my predictions and yours. Right, folks, back once again on our prediction video today. We look forward to the Carabao Cup semi-finals, first legs, and we'll get to that in just one second. Where you been? Smash your subscribe and hit your bang at all things League Cup related, Blabber knows they did. World football related, we got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski, of course, it had been a bit of a hectic start to 2022, but of course we are back now. Of course, hopefully, going to catch you for the EFL Cup Carabao picks in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, Patreons, and a big shout out to my new one, Dieter Maximilian Schmidt Gonzalez. Welcome to the gang. You are the latest member of the gang. I do appreciate your support. Check out the links down below. If you want to join Dieter Maximilian Schmidt Gonzalez and the latest members of the gang, check out the link down below. But anyway, let's get cracking then, shall we? Of course, yeah, it's been quite a quick turnaround here over the Carabao Cup. Let's take a look at the predictions that bring us to this stage. Kick it all off with a recap of those quarterfinals. Arsenal 5-0 demolition over Sunderland. Goodness gracious me, only one side in that one. Well, Liverpool were a little bit nervy. Got there in the end, 3-3 on penalties. Liverpool, fantastic game as well to watch. Brentford got thumped. Well, they got knocked out. They got knocked out by Chelsea. Unfortunately for them, it could have made. There would have been an interesting opportunity for them in the semi-finals. But of course, they'll take on Spurs. That's right. 2-1 wins over West Ham, and again a very nervy encounter. So Conte does win cups. He might win this one as well. So that's the situation. I got myself 4 out of 4. I'm including that penalty victory as well because there's one team had to win. So let's take a look at the prediction league then. Of course, here we go. So it is for this week and this week alone. Take a bow, a whole bunch is Vinny Hong, Yannick Buster, Hansworth, Shepard, Paulburn, and Eamon Hussein. Well done to you. And a big shout out as well to the patrons in amongst that as well. Shepard and Russell Frost. I believe I got everybody. Well done to you guys. What about the grand old scheme of things? Well, there's only one guy in the minute running away with that. Shepard, well done to you. Kicking us and taking names. 2 points clever, Yannick Buster, of course. Then a bit of a gap between themselves and the rest of the pack. Now, of course, we get into a stage where there is not many points on the offering. We are looking at 2, 4, 5 points left, really. So anyone within that top 3 can win it, unless we give some crazy batshit stuff 50-50. Should we do 50-50 for the final? Double or quits? Double or quits? How about that? Double or quits? You know, you double your points. It's just going to confuse matters. It's going to confuse matters. No, we'll just keep it as is. Anyway, Shepard is running away with 2 points clear at the moment. Yeah, Buster, Ian Hussein, Kim Charlie, Aaron Stringer. Realistically, those are the only guys in it, I would say. Then the rest of the guys are still making up the numbers. Again, if you want to help out the channel, please check out the patreon.com. Get your name in lights. These are the kingpins. Give them make sure you take a bow, boys. Make sure you take a bloody bow. Of course, let's kick it on forward into the semi-finals. Here we go. If you want to get involved, cut your League Cup. Maybe get your name in lights next week, and maybe you get 2 for 2. Of course, we're going to just do the first legs here. We'll be back for the second legs whenever, of course, that comes around. And I think I won't give you any more updates about the Prediction League until the final or whatever, and then we'll do that. So let's get into it then, shall we? Here is the first legs of the semi-finals. I'm going to kick it all off with an all-London affair. It's Chelsea against Spurs. As 3 of the 4 teams are from London, a good chance for anybody to get their hands on some silverware. Of course, Manchester City are forever winners of the Carabao Cup, but not this time. Of course, taking place tomorrow. That's the 5th of Jan. Played just 6-7 times since 1983. 36 wins for Chelsea, 10 wins for Spurs, and 21 draws. So Chelsea unbeaten the last 6-7% form. Against the Spurs side, also unbeaten the last 5-6-7% form as well. Chelsea, though, biggest win over Spurs, 6-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-1 win. In fact, Chelsea scored 133 goals compared to Spurs, 74 in, of course, those 67 matches. Picking up around about 1.99 goals against ratio against Tottenham, a 1.10 goal game ratio for Spurs. Chelsea, though, have not lost to Tottenham in the last 5 encounters at Stamford Bridge. And they haven't lost in the last 8 games either. And they haven't lost in the last 11 home matches. Wow, some stats there for you. Last time around, though, over at Stamford Bridge was a 0-0 draw way back in November 2020. They played each other in the league this season. It was a 3-0 win for Chelsea at London Stadium. That was, of course, pre-Conte. Of course, last time at Spurs picked a win over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Let's take a little look at that then. It was a 3-1 win for Tottenham way back in the Premier League in 2018, way back in April 2018. Of course, Chelsea it is on the back of back-to-back draws, of course, back-to-back home draws as well. A draw here will not suffice. It will go to, well, the draw will suffice. I guess it will go into the second leg then. 2-2 against Liverpool last round, 1-1 against Brighton as well. As for Spurs, they into this on the back of a 1-win over Watford as well. That was, of course, back on New Year's Day. Let's take a look at the odds then, shall we? 2019 on is your Chelsea for this one. 5-2 is draw, and 40-5 is your away win. That is Tottenham. That's right. For me, I'm going to go with an all square here, 1-1 in the end. Of course, Conte's been doing great, doing fantastic. He has lost as a Spurs manager, but I think going against Chelsea's old team there, maybe a little bit a score to settle with, even though he left on his own terms as champions as well. I still think he'll go away with his head held high amongst the Chelsea faithful there. So 1-1 for me on the first leg on that one. Let's take a look at the second leg game and take place this Thursday over in London as well. Arsenal against Liverpool. Of course, classic opponents here. Played each other 66 times since 1993. 21 wins for Arsenal, 21 wins for Liverpool, and 20 draws. Arsenal coming into this 83% form, winning 5 of the last 6 games. Meanwhile, Liverpool coming into this just 1 win and 4 for them, 67% form as well. However, let's take a look at the games between these two sides. They played each other 66 times. Arsenal's biggest win, 4-1 win over Liverpool. Meanwhile, Liverpool's biggest win over Arsenal, 4-0 win. In fact, Liverpool scored 130 goals over Arsenal against with them scoring 106 return. Arsenal's 1.61 goals game ratio is much smaller to the 1.97 goals game ratio for Liverpool over Arsenal. During the last 31 meetings with Arsenal playing at home, Arsenal won 12 of them. There've been 12 draws, and 7 have only won, and Liverpool have only won 7 times with a goal difference in favour, 44-34 in favour of Arsenal. So when played at London in Arsenal were more likely to win. But of course, anyway, last time I played each other, of course, at the Emirates was a 3-0 win for Liverpool. That was, of course, back in April 2021. They also played each other this season at Anfield. It was a 4-0 win. So back-to-back games, back-to-back wins for Liverpool over Arsenal in the Premier League, and of course haven't conceded a goal in those 2 games on the receiving of a 7-goal deficit as well. Last time that Arsenal won over Liverpool was a 5-4 win, Community Shield. Of course, that wasn't it at the Emirates. However, last time they played each other, or last time that Arsenal picked up the win at their own place over Liverpool at home was a 2-1 win back in July 2020. It was in that league where nobody was there. Nobody saw it coming, of course. Meanwhile, yeah, Arsenal did pick up a win, a 5-4 win over Liverpool back last season in the EFL Trophy. That wasn't over in Anfield, of course. Anyway, heading into this one, in fact, let's go back here. No, there's nothing there in this one. Of course, Arsenal did lose to Man City last round, 2-1 loss. Meanwhile, Chelsea drew with Liverpool last round as well. Quite a busy old agenda for Liverpool. A lot of cup action up ahead. Of course, the odds on this one, we have even Steams for Arsenal, 13-5 is your away win. That's Liverpool, and 35 is draw. So Arsenal are your favourites on this one, the home leg. However, I don't see it myself. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Liverpool on this one. Again, it is early days. It is the first leg, of course, but let's take a little look at the odds for the champion who's going to be victorious at the end of the campaign. So in 4th spot, the massively under-fancied team at the moment, in fact, it's joint third, is Tottenham, 4-1. They are long shots alongside Arsenal, 4-1. Chelsea are your second favourites, 2-1. But of course, Liverpool are outstanding, clear favourites at the moment, 7-4 to be victorious at the end of the campaign at Wembley. So they are 7-4 favourites. What about you? Make sure you get your picks in as well using the code. We'll be back for the second legs as well. And of course, between then and now, there'll be an FA Cup match and maybe some Premier League catch-up games to bring you bang up to date with, of course, to see if that affects the form. And of course, we'll see what the aggregate scoreline is heading into this one. Anyway, that is it. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up. Smash your subscribe. Check the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. We've got Patreon as well. Now, before you go, of course, I put on some requests out on the channel. Check out the I'm Back video and the Blackburn Rovers Seas Needs You. I'm on the lookout for football specialists, dedicated personnel to maybe help out with content creation. Basically, next season, of course, we're trying to bring you involved at the back end of this season to kind of ease you in a little bit, get you familiar with the setup, get familiar with the channel itself, if you think. But if you are on the lookout to maybe dipping your toe into content creation and you want to do it without jumping in at the deep end, get involved. Let me know down below in the comment section, or follow me on Twitter. Smash the old follow in there, DM me directly, and of course we'll have a little chit chat. I've got a couple of people who've already generated some interest, but I'm on the lookout for a crew. Basically, think of this as an Avengers shout out. We're going to try and make my own Avengers here for the channel for next season, and we're going to be looking to have maybe a dedicated person to run the Carabao Cup, maybe a dedicated person to run the FA Cup, that sort of stuff. So if that interests you, get involved down below. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, and of course hit me up with the comments as well. But until then, dudes, we're done. Get involved with it. Until then, I'm out.